Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Darcy Ogandaga, CEO of lawsoftheinternet.com, and I'm so happy today because we're about to let you know what you're about to get in this course. We will change your life from the inside out. We took our time for the past 16 weeks conducting a global webinar on the internet and gather the maximum information from you, our audience, and make sure that we can resolve some of the questions that you ask us, and we put everything together. And Danita will give you more details about it.
So we just want to sow into your heart that it is an absolute good thing to be loved. It's a good thing to be in love with someone. But we want to be able to show you how to get to the point of nixing unhealthy or toxic relationships and getting into healthy relationships. That all begins by beginning to understand who we are in Jesus Christ. That's the foundation of it all. So we're going to talk about several things during this course. You're going to learn a lot. We're going to talk about our imperfect life, our dream, our expectations for each other, how unrealistic they were, how God helped us to be able to come into purpose and to be able to walk as one. We're going to talk about, the single agenda, how it really is important that as a single person, you really establish and become firmly rooted in who you are and your identity in Jesus Christ. Because if not, you'll be looking for people, smoke and mirrors, for people to validate you and affirm you. You'll be looking, if you have the orphan spirit, you'll be looking for people to just, make you feel whole. And that's just not the case when you come into oneness, because marriage is not going to solve that situation. It's only going to amplify it. And how many of y'all know, when you come into a situation in marriage where you're expecting someone to fix your situation, you're the one that ends up getting fixed. But, we're going to talk about commitment. We're going to talk about intimacy, sex, and passion. Those things are all important. Sex is not the glue. You do not spend all your time in the bed, and Tamar Braxton was right. You don't walk around the house wearing lingerie all the time. But there is something about two becoming one. So intimacy is very important, and that intimacy first has to be established with Jesus Christ. And once you do that, you'll begin to say, how can I put my whole self into my relationship? And finally, we're going to conclude with how to stop marrying methods. We tend to, as young people, want to overserve in the church. The church is great. We love our church. We love our man and woman of God. But at the same time, we should not give our all without giving our first ministry at home a chance.
Balance.
So we want to teach you about balance. We want to tell you about our story. It was very raw and very real. We went through it, and it was possible for God to heal us. He can heal you. He healed us. So it's possible to be able to have that candid conversation with your spouse about your expectations as it relates to serving the church. We're going to be talking about how to receive the Father's love and how to unmarry positions and really get into focus about what it is that God is calling you all to do in your season as a couple. And finally, we're going to just talk about how to begin again. There's a powerful book out there that's called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And he just talks about how to go through the process of beginning again. So no matter where you are, if you're in a situation where your marriage is completely jacked up, if you have gone through so much and you're using your wounded nature as a position to try to gain footing in the lives of other people, if you're trying to use your wounded state as a means to try to, control people, we want to tell you that it's okay to begin again. It's okay to drop that story and let God give you a new testimony and a new story so that you can attract the love that you deserve. And we're going to talk about the four agreements and how to come into that.